Hey guys, happy Monday. I'm super excited that we're back this week. As I was telling you guys before we hit the record, I definitely look a little bit pale today because I wasn't feeling the greatest. But this was in a very, very important time. And right now, I am so excited about the Operation Bomb promo, first off. And also hugely excited about Ultimate Thriver being extended for a couple of reasons, and I'm going to talk about that here in a minute. I know Jackie's going to have lots of things to add. You guys, most importantly, Ultimate Thriver is going to be closing tomorrow. Okay. This is a huge time to leverage the 25 credit promo that we have. Okay. So that you're getting these new customers in or referrals in. You guys, I just had somebody sign up for Ultimate Thriver based off of my picture or my little before picture. I didn't even show my body. So if you're not comfortable with that, I'm perfectly fine with putting it out there, but I really kind of wanted to add the suspense. So I just put like the prize over top of my body and kind of like limited the transparency of it because I didn't want to put it up. Because I'm like, you know what? I'm going to have a massive transformation. And I want it to be like one of those holy moly moments when it happens, just because I know where I've been slipping at and things like that. So I'm going to take people on this journey with me. So every week, like on the week mark, I'm going to try to update them on how I did transparently. I'm trying to get a little bit of confidence. I've yet to go live, and so that's going to be my big thing tomorrow, is to go live. And I know that sounds so crazy because you guys have been around for a while. I've always been very I've never had a problem going live, never had a problem like, anything. But for me this year, on the first, Jackie, I don't think you knew this because you were not on the other day whenever Steph and Amber and Katie and all of us went live in the push group. I told everybody what my first, literally on the year 2024, I started it off with my tooth falling out. Yes. Yes, it did. At 1 a.m., my tooth that I had a root canal and crown, this one. And no, it is not done yet. Nope. Because the dentist couldn't get me in till next week. So I literally have Fixodent holding my tooth in. And I have to take it out at bedtime because I just have a post. I have to take it out at bedtime so I don't swallow it. Isn't that awful? It's so embarrassing. That's how my year started. Anyway, so my word for the year is confidence. And I want you guys to really think about your word and how you speak to yourself, because I literally realized how much I had been very negatively self-talk. Even though like I speak affirmations every day and I have been increasing my reading, and that's really kind of what brought it to my attention, is that my self-talk had been terrible. I'd say one thing out loud, but in my head, I was saying the opposite. And what you tell yourself is truly what comes to light, right? So first things first, Ultimate Thriver, what are you going to do? I'm going to have an email set up to go out first thing in the morning to everybody on my subscription. Like every single person that subscribes to my emails, they are all getting it. If they don't have a customer account yet, but they've subscribed to my emails, because there are people that have done that. Or if they have a free customer account, they've been a customer. And then I don't have everybody in there yet, but my goal is to have, I'm trying to figure out a better way to reach teams that have left, that have downlines in their emails. And I've told Cliff that's one of the things I really want to see IT, kind of get on better so that we can communicate with our teams better, right? So Ultimate Thriver, $25 if they're a new customer or new promoter. And that promo, you guys, they can get free shipping on that first order that they place. But if you read the fine print, their subtotal still needs to be 160. So my suggestion to you is, if they are utilizing Ultimate Thriver and they're going to use a $25 credits or anything like that, what I would suggest is throwing in something that'll complement it, like balance, or just talking to them, seeing kind of like where their struggle areas are, and adding a plus line product to their order so that they're still getting something. I do want to tell you guys, they can register and they do not have to place their order. They just need to have their picture and registered, and they need to set up at some point during this month. They have to get that auto ship. So if they're a new customer, when they place that order, and they hit the auto ship button, okay, it'll count as the auto ship, okay? And I know that for a fact because one of my customers from 2018, okay, signed up for Ultimate Thriver, and I didn't even get to send her credits, and she did it before the last cutoff, like the original cutoff. So I was like offering credits to my customers that sign up, right? And anyways, she had already placed the order and everything. So I said, you know what? It'll just go towards your next month's auto ship then. I said, just make sure, to hit the enable button, and those credits will go towards next month's order. But make sure that they register, and then they can place their order, set up all that stuff. If they're a current customer, they can manage their auto ship and do all of that later on in the month. As long as it runs sometime before the end of January, should be good. So that's super important. And since registration ends tomorrow, leverage those 25 credits, leverage getting them signed up. Believe you guys, and please utilize the fact that we have indeed had both customers and promoters, and the grand prize #1 person that won last year was on our team as well, right? So every year we've had customers and promoters as finalists and as winners. Last year, Tara won in the 35 and under category. And then what was it, what was the girl's name? She, oh gosh, I'm friends with her on Facebook. She won in the 35 and up. And then we had tons of people. Jamie Pecca was a finalist. We saw tons of people, you guys. And by the looks of the before and afters, that I've seen people posting, and people that kind of just fell off track, you guys, let's be honest, 2023 was a brutal year for a lot of different reasons. In fact, the whole world has been kind of wacky since like people have gotten back to, kind of real world stuff, I guess you could say. Because I'm going to be very blunt here and tell you, in 2020, when the world shut down and everybody was home and nobody was going anywhere, you didn't have to work as hard. I'm just going to be honest. You didn't have to work as hard. As long as you put stuff out there, people were seeing it because they were at home and they were scrolling and they didn't have much to do. They weren't out going shopping, and a lot of people were working from home at the time. So in 2021, we were still kind of going off of that. The world slowly started to open up. 2022, we really started to feel the effects of people being burnt out from social media and kind of taking a hiatus. Plus, a lot of people went to different platforms. Okay. A lot of people started focusing on TikTok or whatever. I did see something today. I'm in a big group. I'm in a couple big groups for network marketers, and one of them's public group. I mean, you can look it up. It's like the game of network marketing. Or hold on, I'm going to tell you the wrong thing. And then I'm in an upper level one that you have to get approved for. Like, I literally had to show my pay in order to get into this group of people or whatever. Because I want to learn from people in this industry. These are not just Lavelle promoters, these are leaders, and I want to know what's going on across the industry, right? So I seen them talking about old school methods coming back, all right, and leaning in, and people talking a lot about, I'm going to be brutally honest with you, we as an industry have more competition now than ever before. because there's people selling digital products, there's more affiliate marketing, there's reviewers on Amazon. Listen, there's nothing wrong with doing something that you have multiple streams of income or anything like that, except you can't cross promote like to your team. Like I couldn't make something and say, hey team, come on over or whatever, and join me here, or that's just not, like, I'm not allowed to intentionally market to you guys. But if I share something on something, people go to it, whatever. But regardless, I'm going to tell you this. There's a big reason why you don't see me posting certain stuff. And that is because I want my attention and my team's attention to kind of be focused on growing their business and sharing their business. I've been trying a lot of different types of ways to reach people. And I'm going to tell you, find one platform that you feel the most comfortable on. Okay. And I'm telling you this, and then I'm going to kind of backtrack a little bit and tell you that you need to get a little uncomfortable as well. Okay. Because if you just stick with what you're comfortable with, you're not going to push yourself in order to hit this stuff. But you guys, you want to be doing those daily activities that we talk about all the time. And yes, the very basic is the 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Like literally, if you just did that every single day and you're not a very consistent person, and you figured out, okay, how could I better serve my audience? Go into the day with, how can I help at least one person? How can I encourage one person? How can I get to know one person, right? The more people that you get paying attention to your stuff, which would mean also interaction. My big thing, like I said, has been follow up and stuff like that. But there's a significance in the fact that we need new. Okay. New people, new dreamers, not recycled network marketers, not burnout network marketers, not leaders that are just going to bring their teams on over. And I say that and I sound like a hypocrite. By the way, I did not bring my team from my previous company with me, because honestly, nobody was really working on my team. And there is somebody, she's not on my team, that is a sideline of mine. And I don't know if she's on, because I know she wasn't feeling the greatest tonight. But Tina Bow is on my team in my previous company. She's not on my team here at Lavelle, but she is a sideline of mine, and I will cheer for her. Like the day she goes 200K and gets up on that stage, or she like, I'm gonna cry like a big old baby. Okay, so any of you guys know that I don't care if you're on my team. Okay, I don't care. I want to learn from you. I want to see you grow. I want to see your dreams come true. I want to see those vision boards and you checking that stuff off. My vision board is not complete. It's not complete. And I'm okay with that. You want to know why it's not complete? Because I have specific goals that I want to hit, but I want to be very intentional on setting myself up for things that I can grow with, and I have long-term goals on there. Okay. But I want to be very specific, because that means I will focus, right? So like personally enrolled people. All right. I want to have a certain amount of personally enrolled people, but I don't know how many of those people that I really want to focus on. But I do want to help at least, and I just said this is the minimum, but I want to help 4 new promoters a month. So basically, I'm focused on VIP 1,600 every single month for 2024. But it's not going to be like over a 2-week time period. It's like 4 customers and 4 promoters. But mainly, I want to help my customers all thrive for free. I want to help my team all thrive for free, because the economy stinks and we can't change that. But we can absolutely show people how to create it. So basically, the thing with this industry, you guys, is not going to grow if it's just constantly trying to get somebody that's already done this before, and then them coming over. Because I'm going to be honest with you, there's a lot of people that jump. They just jump multiple different places. And like, I've had conversations with Jackie and different people. And listen, you guys, there's nothing wrong with that. And if you have left and you've come back, welcome back. I am so happy that I know there's a lot of sidelines and people on our team that have come back. And you guys, I'm going to tell you, it has been honestly some of the most inspirational. I've been inspired so much by those people because their fire is lit. Does that mean that they did not have trouble or struggle when they came back? Absolutely, you guys. It messes with your head. I don't know if Lacey is on right now, but Lacey Wells has been very, very, very transparent. She's a sideline of mine, and she sent me a message around the first or second of the month, thanking me. And I'm gonna be honest, you guys, I bawled when I listened to her message because she told me that like I just, even though I'm a sideline, I was very supportive. I was never hateful or anything when she left, but I was also very encouraging and supportive of her. And sometimes you need to hear that. Like somebody sees you and just like tells you like, "Hey, like I really appreciate just the things that you do, the way that you lead, the way that you show up," right? And the funny thing is that some people may not even think that I've been doing certain stuff because I've been doing more of a one-on-one intentional. But you guys, I had a previous promoter. She was under one of my 200Ks that left a couple years ago. She kind of stuck around for a while, and then she canceled and she re-signed underneath somebody else. Well, I just got a message from her 2 days ago, and now she wants to re-sign with me as a customer. Is when she's allowed to re-sign as a customer, re-sign with me. And I'm honored that she's left. She went and did something else, then joined another promoter, just somebody that she got along with well. It was nothing personal. I did not take it personal. But now guess what? She's coming back to me as a customer and may eventually one day become a promoter again. But I take that as a very high honor for somebody to choose me. So, ultimate thriver, most importantly, do your follow-ups. You guys, if you have a friend that is on a massive mission, and listen, they don't technically have to do the 3 steps, all right? However, we know the benefits of what the 3 steps do and why that would be so massive for them. But for some reason, so I mean, maybe they can't take step 1 for some reason, right? Even though step 1 is like, the holy grail. It's literally right here by my bedside. So anyways, I want to encourage you to try not to worry about trying to focus on everyone. If you're trying to talk to everyone, you're going to reach no one. So if you try to get yourself focused on who you're speaking to and when you're making your post, you guys, before you even make your post, who are you trying to reach? What are you what are you trying to get across to people? But right now, don't be afraid to send those messages. I think it was Tony Strathman posted today or yesterday. I don't know. It just popped up in my timeline. Maria was on the chicken list. Maria was on a chicken list. Okay. And she reached out to you. Imagine what would have happened if she never reached out to her? Or what if Maria never would have reached out to Amber Manquist? Or Amber and Chas went, like, they used to get in trouble together. And Chas had made a post about wanting more energy. And then you guys, I pretty sure don't quote. I'm just gonna say it. I'm pretty positive that Chas Marie, our beautiful, amazing, inspiring upline, is still holds the record for the fastest 200K. Okay. I think it was in like, I don't know, 28 days or something like that. It was like nuts. Right. And you guys, I'm going to tell you, Chas was in my previous company and she was probably, I think before she left there, because she actually was sitting out and going to rejoin one of my previous uplines. But in that frame of time from her sitting out for like, you had to sit out 6 months in that previous company before she rejoined, she was introduced to Thrive. And she was like the equivalent of what a 4K is. That's what she was there. Okay. Isn't that crazy? And then she came here and went 28 days, and that was pure excitement and passion and just sharing and telling people, right? And it just exploded. Because obviously you see she's like she's very good with like giving back in the community and so forth. And it's super easy for a lot of you guys to be like, well, Chas, well, that's not who she was then. She worked in IT, and she was just normal everyday person, you guys. Chas was a teen mom. And she had two kids like when she was a teenager. So you guys have to remember, like, that woman worked hard, but she shared, and she was loud, and she was proud, just like she is today. Okay. With that said, Ultimate Thriver, follow up, send private messages, send texts, send emails. I don't care, but be like very intentional. Message all your previous customers, message your old promoters, whatever. But first, before you message all these people, sit down and make a list of some friends that have posted about a resolution of wanting to go work out, wanting to do this, wanting to do that. And then think about old customers that in previous years. For me, I look back on who ordered in previous Januaries, who ordered in February, who was like really like my consistent customers around that time frame. And a lot of those people, you guys, they may not be seeing some of the posts because, listen, I have a friend, she always makes posts. She's like, this is an interaction post. She's not in any company. But she's always like, why is nobody commenting? And I'm like, well, they're probably not seeing your post because that's how Facebook works, especially if you've kind of gotten off of it or whatever. So a lot of you guys work Instagram. A lot of you guys are like really hitting TikTok big time right now. A lot of you guys are still like just Facebook. I don't really care where you're at. All right. But I do want to encourage you to get very focused on what you're trying to accomplish, who you're trying to help, what is in it for the people that would want it, right? Because not everybody's going to want it. So if you're speaking to people that want to transform over the next 12 weeks, right? Like act like you're talking. I'm going to act like I'm talking to Jackie. All right. So when I make my post, I'm going to be like, I'm going to share about what my transformation, what my goals are, what my struggles are, but how this is going to help me. But I'm going to be talking like I'm talking to Jackie. Like, if you feel this way, if you're struggling with this, like with the stuff that I'm struggling with, accountability. Like I have a chat, and I'm waiting to put the chat actually together. Until the final registration, because I'm not just going to add people that aren't registered. So I'm doing it with my personal customers, and then I offered it to like my personally enrolled. Now on the Thriver Safe Haven customer group, Kaylee's going to put like, there's a channel thing or whatever, so people can just like look at stuff or whatever. We're also going to be putting updates in there, like after this close of registration, like a weekly check-in for people. If they want to, they don't have to, and not all customers are going to be participating. But I'll tell you what can happen whenever you post stuff like that in a customer group. People get inspired, and they may not have thought it was possible for them, but when they see it, even though they can't register for Ultimate Thriver, they're going to say, what in the heck is this person doing? So it's very important to take people on that journey with them, let them know what it is that they're focusing on. My fresh meals, according to, everything right now, if all goes well, the 12th is going to be, how they word it, like a pre-launch, I'm guessing. Like it'll be like that first trial that you can place. Now the second round of beta testers, stuff should be hitting porches here soon. But I can tell you, like, I can't wait. I cannot wait. And I thought I was going to be one of the beta testers for round 2, but I don't know. My emails haven't been working right. So I don't know if I am or I'm not, but I don't think so. And I already messaged Cook. So I said, what do I gotta do? Like, I will do anything, please. But then when I seen it's the 12th, it's like, okay, whatever. I plan on ordering. That will count towards your volume. I know there's still a lot of like questions people have. I can't answer all of that for you right now because we are still figuring it out. But I do know that the volume is going to count. Do I know how that pay is going to be or anything like that? No. I do know that they're still trying to figure out some different things for like, our referral program stuff. That you guys have to understand, this is a separate type of thing, but it's also going to be part of your volume. All right. So it wouldn't be fair to be like, oh yeah, you get all your meals free. Like that's not going to be how it works. But I'm sure they're going to incorporate some kind of like referral type of thing with the My Fresh meals. I'm not going to get into any more details of that. All I can tell you is this: pull up on any fast food website, depending on where you live. All right. Pull up DoorDash, especially DoorDash. Holy moly. Just the taxes, fees, and tip alone. I mean, I can order like literally for 3 people. Say you get 3 cheeseburgers and a large fry, you guys, it's like $50. Okay. Literally, that's crazy. Or go to McDonald's. I typed in on the McDonald's app. All right. And it was like almost $14 for like the double quarter pounder meal. And yes, that's a sandwich, a fry, and a drink. You guys, if these meals are going to be about $14, literally farm to table, fresh, you can freeze them if you want to, but you don't have to. I can tell you, depending on if everybody else in my house eats them, then they probably will not go in the freezer. However, if I see after the first box, because I can't eat very much, so honestly, one meal is probably going to feed me for 3 days. I know that sounds nuts. My stomach is just very small and I can't eat a normal portion at all. So for me, those meals are going to stretch me longer. But for the normal person, just maybe start with a small box and then get the bigger box. I'm just going to encourage you to do that. And yes, I'm telling you to get a small box first. Why? Because I want you to be satisfied and it to be something that you actually utilize and that you enjoy. Now, if you are somebody that needs that discipline and like that's exactly what you plan to do, then get the large one. And then if you need to freeze some stuff, right? It comes just like if you've ever ordered Hello Fresh, except for you have to make everything for Hello Fresh. I can tell you, you guys, based off of ingredients and how much stuff costs right now, this is a landslide of a steal. All right. They're saying average $14 a meal. It'll be traditional, paleo, vegan, keto, and like fitness at first. I think they're going to expand a little bit more. For me, I can tell you, I'm going to be looking and scouring like the numbers and stuff and see. I don't want to do keto. I just want to do higher protein, lower carbs, but not keto. But I might end up ordering the keto meals. I just want to see like the fat content and stuff like that is. But here's the thing: no preservatives. It's fresh. Everybody has raved about the taste. And I can tell you that this is going to be something for me that I'm so inspired by, because not only will I utilize the meals, but I don't even know how to cook like certain things. Like when I had my surgery, I had to learn how to like actually cook healthy. Uh, that sounds sad, but most of us saw like our families like load butter, Crisco, margarine. I don't eat margarine or Crisco, but I know some people do. But like literally, anyways, I'm not going to get too much into that, but just know, send out an email, download the video, save the video, record it, screen record it, upload it to your YouTube, post it on your Facebook, put your website on. Like I was just telling you guys before I hit record, you can literally hit your screen record and then start the video. And then, if you mess it up or whatever, just rewind the video. What I did was I hit the screen record and then I turned my phone, because you can't screen record when your phone's like turned the one way. whatever you do, I just did it that way. And then when I went into Canva, I have the Canva Pro. I'm not sure if the free version lets you do this or not. I just spun it so that it would go and fit the YouTube screen. So I'm going to upload that. I'm going to put my website right darn on it so that people can go right on over there and there's no mistake. And I'm going to be putting some keywords. I'm going to use that ChatGPT, whatever, to help with the SEOs. And I'm just going to like layer it out because why? You guys, that's a fresh market. You've seen all this stuff about Stanley Cups this week. Remember this, people want what you have, but they just don't know that you have it or what it's going to do for it. That's why on Flex Friday, I'm always a big one with telling you, you guys, people don't care that you're wearing a sticker. Most people think you're wearing a nicotine patch or some other kind of patch, okay? They care about what it's doing, like what it's going to do for them. So that's when you start talking about the fact that you're actually getting your butt up off the couch and you're playing with your kids or you're dancing or you're getting out and working out and wanting to walk and exercise and so forth. I can honestly tell you transparently, when I joined January 15th, 2017, I'm rolling right up on my 7-year mark. The reason why I enrolled so many people is because I literally went on and I could not stop telling people how it was the first time I smiled. It was the first time life came back into me. After my dad had passed and I went back to work and just felt so beat down and defeated and exhausted. But even with that, I'm going to tell you, I lost some weight, but I didn't change my lifestyle. I didn't change everything I was eating. And you don't have to, but you guys, a good rule of thumb is that if you want to live a long time and you want to live a long, healthy life, at some point you got to stop the yo-yo. And I yo-yoed 100+ pounds, you guys. After having my daughters, it was like I'd go up and I'd go down and I go up and I go down. And why? Because I was doing every fad diet and just how can I get this weight off? And even when I had my surgery, and that's why Ultimate Thriver, I want to encourage you that people really focus on the transformation, the healthy habits, what these 3 steps are doing for them. And I'm very big with step 2. Okay. Very big with step 2. It's the one step I think most people miss. They don't take it. They don't do it. And you guys, the protein, pre and probiotics, your gut is like another brain. Okay. It is literally what triggers so much in the way that you start your day. It's a proven fact. And I know it used to be like, oh yeah, go and work out. Well, guess what happens if you work out and you're not like actually burning the good stuff? Like you're not burning, it's going to go for your muscle. You're going to lose muscle mass. All right. And your body is like, you've got to eat. You need to fuel your body. All right. And the reason why Thrive helps with so many different cravings. And you hear people talk about, oh, I'm not really as hungry. Well, guess what? It's because you're filling those deficits that you're missing out on. So, if you are craving sweets, a lot of time your magnesium's probably low. And that's why you see like dark chocolate and stuff like that. They'll tell you to eat that as like a healthy option. Or if like you're craving a lot of salty stuff, you probably need hydrated as well. So there's a lot of different triggers. So anyways, what do we tell people whenever they start thriving? For me, I tell them you're going to feel amazing. However, if you're going to sit there and chug down some coffee, it's going to defeat it. Okay. Like it's going to counteract it kind of a little bit. 2, why? Because of the caffeine. All right. Because the caffeine, but also, if you are lifestyle mix and you're trying to up your protein, but then you add in a crap ton of junk into it, you're kind of like, you can go from a nice, healthy, low glycemic index shake lifestyle mix to, like 1,000 calorie, like you might as well just went to McDonald's and got something with some protein, right? So just remember this, our bodies are going to react and our customers, we want them to be happy. So we want to be real with them. right? So if they're just taking the step 1 and step 3, let them know, like, hey, step 2 is going to help with your cravings. It's also going to help you with the pre and probiotics. It's also going to help with regularity, bloat, all of the above. Some people are going to need less. Some people are going to need more. Some people need to gain weight. Okay. We have a ton of people, I'm not going to list them all off, that joined Lavelle specifically because they needed to gain weight. And I know we stress so much about the weight gain or weight loss, but you guys have to remember there's a lot of people that really struggle to gain weight as well, especially those that have had like any type of hormonal changes. Me, I'm in, I hate saying this, perimenopause. I hate saying that because it makes me feel even older, but it is what it is. I turn 43 next month. And to be honest with you, I look younger. Not just, and sometimes people look older when they lose a lot of weight. Like I lost 140 something pounds, you guys. I mean, I gained like 20 back, but whatever. And I have like a little, whatever. But I'm using lotions and stuff, and our lotions are great. Anyways, the biggest thing is like you have to follow, like you have to stick with stuff. So you want to make your customers realize and help them, support them, check up on them, especially if they tell you they're trying to lose weight. They're trying to do this. Check up on them. Say, hey, how are you feeling? How are you doing? Is there anything I can help you with that might help change their? Because listen, I had somebody that they were gaining when they were trying to lose, and they were using vitamin D milk. Okay. Vitamin D milk, full fat milk, peanut butter, lots of it, chocolate. Guys, ever look and see how much stuff, like how much calories and fat is in that every day? They were loading their lifestyle mix up with this. Well, no wonder you're eating and drinking more calories now than what you were before you started. So no, you're not going to lose weight in that. But if you mix it with like unsweetened almond milk or soy milk or whatever, I mix mine with water now. I never did before. Anyways, I keep on talking about this, but Ultimate Thriver, get those messages out. Utilize this $25 promo, you guys. I'm going to do something tomorrow in the push group. I'll probably share it across the board to everywhere. Get focused on one product, right? So for instance, I have $5, $5 plus shipping right now. All the gummies. I think it's $21. I think it's $21 for, I have a list. $21 for Balance, and Biotic is $19, I think, with the $25 credits. I don't know. There's like a whole big list. But so if somebody goes and gets the 3 steps, it would be $135. They're not going to get the free shipping if it's first time customer and they're getting this promo if their balance doesn't come to $160. So just read the exclusions and so forth. But still, you guys, that's a heck of a deal. So they're getting it for what, $135 instead of $160 if they do classic. They're getting it for $160 or $155 if they do elite. And if they do duo elite, it was it $12 more, or anyways, something like, still it's a heck of a deal. And in fact, if they do duo elite, even if they use the 25 credits, they'll still be at that 160 mark. Okay. Because I think it's like $12 more for duo elite. I don't know. That's one of the ones I got for the BOGO because I was like, yeah, baby. I know I'm gonna need my capsules and that. And then of course I was trying the different shakes, and I have too many of a lot of stuff. So I've been carrying around in my car since it's cold right now. I have like in my center console 2-day samples. Instead of 3-day samples, I have 2-day samples. And I have some with like different shake flavors and so forth. I have some with elite, some with regular DFTs, black label, some classic. I have like a mixture in my car. So I've just been carrying them with me because when people ask me what it is, I tell them, I get them signed up with their free account. right now, tell them $25, whatever. But you guys, listen, your current customers, they can't get the $25. However, their friends can. Now is a great time if your friend has like one of your customers, current customers has a big obsession with like, or they're doing detox, or they're doing balance has been huge for them, and they're telling like a friend or whatever. Again, I want to come back to, if you have any customer that's willing to open their mouth, let them tell you their testimony, and then you help them write the post and tell them to tag you in it in the comments or whatever. And then you talk to their friend. Let them know, hey, you're going to get $25 in credits. Here, let me make sure you have their referral link. You now friend that person. Now they're going to see your stuff. You're going to be following up with them, whether that's through text or messaging them on that social media platform or emailing them, whatever it may be. I always let people know that if for some reason one of my emails comes to them in spam, to just mark it, because if they don't want it, they're going to hit unsubscribe. But if they want to get all the big deals and they want to get like my specials when I send it out, then don't unsubscribe and star me so that you actually get it and it doesn't go to your little spam folder. So if you're not currently utilizing that feature, make sure you're doing that, right? Okay, I'm going to touch on this. I'm going to shut my mouth, but I got to get this out. Holy moly, you guys, have you really looked at what this promo is when it comes to the upgrade packs? Not only the volume, but gosh darn it, the fast start bonuses. What? The level 1 bonus that you're going to get in the Infinity on your level 1. Let me be very clear here. Level 1 fast start. If you have a personally enrolled that quit, the people that they enrolled are now your level 1. Okay? I'm going to put this like this. Kaylee, okay, is my level 1 promoter. Why? Because I signed Kaylee's sponsor. All right? Kaylee's sponsor is no longer here. She signed Kaylee, and now Kaylee is my level 1. Doesn't matter if Kaylee was placed 10 levels down. Kaylee is still in my sponsorship tree, my level 1. Okay? So it's your sponsorship. Look and see who your level 1s are. If you're not sure, go to your last pay and you'll see. All right? If you just go to each person that you've ever enrolled, and if they have any volume or anybody in there active at all, guess what? I think there's somebody, I'm not gonna mention her name, but honestly, you guys, this person went 12K, mainly with just customers, and got her husband, and they have like 1,200 customers themselves, each one of them under them. Okay. This person is a level 1 to me. This person is also like 8 levels deep, but they're a level 1 sponsorship. Want to know why? Because not only did their sponsor quit, but their sponsor quit, and this person, and this person, and this person canceled accounts. She's my level 1. That's crazy. And I've been around for a while. This happens. All right. So go down through. If you see volume coming from anywhere, you guys reach out to those people. You cannot make people work. You cannot make, in fact, I want to preface this right now and tell you guys, if you feel stuck and you feel frustrated because you feel like your team's not doing anything, I want you to look in the mirror and say, I can only control what I do. Do I want my business to work? Do I want my business to succeed? Okay, what can I do to control that? Okay, lead the way, and I promise you people will join you. But you first got to lead the way, all right? Because every single person on here, I want to be honest with you, challenge yourself to say, would you join you? Would you join you? Right? You don't have to be some social media guru. You don't have to be somebody that has like millions of followers. All you've got to do is be consistent and actually care about people, you guys. I promise you. Be yourself. You have a messy house. Guess what? Me too. It's a shit show. In fact, yeah, I'm not even going to take you in the other rooms right now because it's bad. All right. You haven't taken down your Christmas tree. So, nope, haven't touched it all. Why? Because I didn't get it up till like a week before Christmas this year. So it's okay. Yeah, I'm like terribly messy and unorganized and chaotic and a procrastinator. People will relate to you. Okay. Whatever it is, your superpower is to reach somebody that needs you. I once heard million, like literally your next millionaire could be walking by you at the grocery store and you didn't open your mouth, but she might have asked you a question or asked you about like what it was, or you just made friendly conversation. And honestly, you guys, like you've seen, you can do the QR code. This takes people right to my website, like my Beacons website that I have. So when I'm out and about and I start talking to somebody, I'm like, let's connect on social media. Oh my gosh, you're hilarious. Whatever, my servers, connect. Okay. Connect. Just have them follow you. They can follow you on whatever platform they're on. But just a quick link to that doesn't take them to my Lavelle page. That is a landing page. But you can certainly send them to your Lavelle page if that's like what you're just mainly doing. That's totally cool. You don't need to worry about landing page, but it is free to do some of them. So just know that. And then you can just hop on a QR code generator and there you go. Print it off, stick it in your phone case, and there you are. So yeah, this upgrade patch, you guys, right now, it is better than double, triple fast starts. Like normally a $200 upgrade pack, you get a $30 fast start bonus. You guys, right now, you're getting $100 on that. You're literally getting half the cost of it back. And you're getting 300 QV for your volume. On a $400 upgrade right now, $200 for the fast start. You guys, you normally get 80. In fact, to get triple fast starts, you get 240. Like if you got triple fast start before. So you're getting $200 and you're getting 600 in volume. For the $800 VIP, you're getting 1,200 in volume and a $400 on Tuesday, that following week. So like next Tuesday, you're going to get a $400 fast start instead of the normal 140 for that. What? I don't know about you, but every single one of the people in my level ones are going to be finding out. I'm making like a specific, because I didn't have that. I'm going to make a specific, and I will be messaging support and asking them for their darn email if I don't have it. If you don't have a phone number, you don't have an email, you don't know how to contact them because maybe they have a different name on social media, guess what? Send a support ticket and ask them. They will tell you their name. They will tell you their contact information. The other day, a previous promoter. Yeah, she was a promoter. And if somebody is trying to cancel, I don't generally recommend people doing this, but this person was very, very much wanted to make sure that they were signed with me. Now, I am technically their sponsor. Okay. However, they were placed and put under people that they do not get along with at all. And like, it's literally hurting them. Like the person doesn't help them. They don't talk to them. They don't anything. So this girl was like, not going to work at all. She didn't want to work. She didn't care that I was already her sponsor. So, we sent a support ticket in. She doesn't know if she wants to be a promoter again, but we submitted a support ticket, or we were going to submit a support ticket, but it was closed. So what I did was I sent an email to support. It has to come from the promoter's email though. Okay. Since this person really didn't have guidance before, and that was part of what we're trying to get over, but really she wanted to be an ultimate thriver, so forth. I wanted to get a sample out to her, be able to get her a free customer account and her be able to utilize her email. I sent the email to support, gave all the details, and I also included her email so that it went to Lavelle, it went to her. So Lavelle could respond to her, not to me if they didn't want to talk to me, but just so that I could help her out since it has to come from that promoter. And guess what? Since she hadn't ordered literally since 2017, they were able to cancel her account. She was able to become a free customer under me. And whether or not she decides to promote in the future, she is allowed because it was administrative. Now, if this person's been active, that's not going to work, you guys. If they're sitting there collecting a check, they're signing customers, whatever, that's not okay. But I will tell you, and always remember this, integrity will always, your integrity is everything in this business. Okay. In this industry, if it doesn't feel right, just like I told my daughter, because she got in trouble last night because she got caught downloading Snapchat. And I got some messages about her not so wise memes. Now she's learned a lot, and she knows that she should have talked to me. But I told her this: if you wouldn't do it in front of me, or you wouldn't want your dad or I to read it, that is your gauge in whether you should do it or not. If it doesn't feel right, or you feel like you got to hide it, or you can't talk about it, then it's not right. All right. So always go by that. I always redirect people to where they came from, except for sometimes that's not always how things work out. And some people just don't want to, they didn't get help. They didn't like the person wasn't very nice to them, whatever it may be. That's not between that. I'm just here to support somebody, right? And if they're very insistent that they want to join me, then guess what? We work that process, but compliantly. It will bite you in the ass if you don't do it compliantly, and your name will get spread around that you're not a great person, to be honest. And like I said, everything in this business, it's about the integrity. So Jackie, I have literally talked this whole darn time. How come you haven't yelled at me? Listen, early bird went out today for Thrive Palooza. You guys, if you fly, please, for the love of God, check your points, because I found out, you're not even going to believe this. Literally, it's going to cost me, like, my flights are free. Mine and Tim's flights are free for Thrive Palooza. Okay. Like, completely free, except for I want to get the early bird. Cause I'm going to fly, Southwest, just because, literally I just have to pay the early bird cost, which is like, I don't know, it ends up coming to and from, it's like $80 a person or something. And if you know Southwest, you don't have like seating. So it's like, you want to be like early bird so you can get in there and get your seat. But literally my flight is just, I'm only paying my early bird, and flights are expensive. So, always shop around, look at different sites and so forth. Start saving now. Don't freak out. We were talking about doing an Airbnb. But honestly, after looking at the Airbnb cost, if you're going to do it, make sure everybody's chipping in what you're doing right up front. It may be cheaper to take Lavelle's deal. Okay. Because I looked at it, and to be quite honest with you, like I told Tim, I said, I don't mind sharing a room, you know, with somebody. I don't care. Obviously, we're a husband and wife, so probably one another husband and wife or something like that. But you guys, I don't care if I shouldn't say this on here. I don't care if people are sleeping in the bathtub and you got some roll-out mattresses, or you're just like got pillows and blankets. Like, I don't care. Like, pile in, make some peanut butter sandwiches, and have a heyday, man. My first time going, and I'm gonna tell you, New Orleans is a blast. Okay. I've gone there for multiple events. Our conference in 2018 was there. It's a blast. So pack the rooms. I think I've said like everything I was going to talk about. The push group. Oh, listen, some people were excited like right away, and then it kind of died out. And I had like some personal stuff going on, and I wasn't feeling the greatest. It is what it is. I can't blame anybody else for what I haven't done. But I can tell you this. When I look at my PPA at the end of this month, it'll tell me what I did to my business. Okay. It's not going to be magical. It's not going to be overnight that you're just going to become some rock star and just start signing people. I don't know. Maybe you've never posted a day in your life. But what happens if you start posting every single day intentionally? Intentionally. Speaking into existence what you're getting ready to do. that you're going to be able to pay off these credit cards that you just spent for the holidays. That you, for me, my first thing that I started talking about way back 11 years ago was that I wanted to stop working all my PRN jobs, like all my hours. I was working extra hours at my full-time job, and then I had a PRN job at a different hospital, and I was working 5, 6 days a week because my ex-husband got laid off, but I also made him quit because he cheated on me and he was working with the woman. Okay. And I decided to make my marriage work, but in order to do that, he couldn't be around her. So I chose, with a 12 and 13-month-old child at home, to work two different hospitals. And then I never saw my family. And then I had a lot of resentment built from that. So then I got introduced to Lavelle, or not to Lavelle, but to my first company. And guess what? I said, I just want to be able to not pick up so many hours so I can see my kids, so I can have this time with my family. And you guys, that literally turned into, not only did I get it with my check, and we only got paid monthly there, but I did it with selling samples. Okay. So with that company, we also had a product that we could sell for $25. You can sell $25 3-day samples, whatever it is. Literally, that can be your game plan for how you're paying for your conference ticket, how you are paying for your hotel, your transportation, whatever it may be. Literally set a sample. How many samples do you need to sell in order for you to be able to go? Because I promise you, if you get there and you really get there, and you're very much intentional about who you're surrounding yourself with while you're there, paying attention and learning, and then going and applying it, seeing and listening to the stories will inspire the hell out of you. And it'll also make you realize what the rest of the world that just sees you posting on social media about thinks is not real or not going to happen. You guys, you're going to see that it's very real. That I'm no different than any one of you guys. I may have hit Millionaires Club, like I may have gone 200K in 9 weeks. I'm going to tell you something. I might cry. This is the first time I've said this on a Zoom. In fact, this is the first time this has ever happened to me. It's quite humbling. I finished out last month with a lot of volume, definitely significantly decreased from November. Okay. For the first time in 7 years, I lost my 200K. And I lost it by $5,000 off imbalance. And I had a lot of volume, you guys, like a lot, but I was off balance. And it's never happened. And to be honest with you, each and every person on here that has shared their story about losing their rank, and I saw them fight back, has inspired me to not be ashamed of it. Because I never cheated. I didn't do anything wrong. I worked my ass off. I encouraged my team. I ran promos. I didn't sign fake shit. I didn't put in a bunch of mass volume at that last moment to try to push it over. No. Why? Because I don't want to keep doing that. I've never done that. And I refuse to teach my team to do that. I want you guys to know that we have setbacks. It doesn't matter how big your team is. Shit can happen. And guess what? Shit happens. And sometimes people, like, teams crumble, or you get hit. You guys, literally, like, I had 6 solid 200K cross the board teams. And some of those 200Ks have been fired. Some of those 200Ks left and have been like 10 different companies. Some of those 200Ks have 200Ks underneath of them. I'm definitely have a red leg. And it's not even just twin and like twin down, okay? And Tanya down. Like literally like I have like multiple sub legs, like 13 of them underneath that one leg. So it's very heavy. The one person I just told you that was a 12K is a 12K that's like doing the ultimate thriver. And she was actually a goat, you guys, in the company. And you will see her on the leaderboard almost always. Anytime she starts actually working, but she's just more of a customer person. She's not a team builder. She's more of a customer signer. She's in that leg. Multiple people that are like personally enrolled to me, they are in that leg. All right. So I can't push that over. And I don't want to see any of you guys do that. I want you guys to focus on real people helping them. Okay. Get focused on how can you help somebody change their life. And if you have a setback, I want you to know it's okay. Yes, I'm emotional mess or whatever. But guess what? Do you think I'm going to stay there? Hell no. I'm claiming 600K this year. How do I do that? Well, I need to help a hell of a lot of personally enrolled get back to 80K. And I need to help some people go 40K. So that is where I'm starting. VIPs, personally enrolled, who's where, how can I help them? Unfortunately, I once upon a time had the most personally enrolled come to conference, to Thrive Palooza. The most, you guys, in the entire company. And like, you got to remember who all were under. All right. And literally, I had like the most personally enrolled people coming. I have a recording of that. Paul told people when they were reading off the reports. Okay. I was very proud of that. To losing almost all of my personally enrolled active promoters for one reason or another. Now, can I blame that on anybody? No. You guys, the reality of it is that while I was going through life, there were periods of time where I wasn't recruiting. And because of that, you know, if I signed you up, I'm going to help you. But the reality of it is that if people lose that fire, they lose that passion, whatever it may be, that's their right. That's their business. My business is who I should be helping, one person at a time. So that's why I am focused on VIPs all day, every month. That might be VIP 400, and I'm going to celebrate it. And I'm going to celebrate that win. That might be VIP 800. That might be VIP 1600. But literally, I was seeing if I could reach it. Yes. Oh, I can. I'm sorry. Right now, currently, this month, I have one like person that's an ultimate thriver that I'm counting towards that VIP because it's one person that was new, like that signed up. Now, I actually have some other customers that have like orders and stuff like that, but I'm trying to really focus on and I really just need to write those down too. But I want to focus on promoters, brand new promoters, and brand new customers. Okay. Not just reoccurring. I want brand new. So I'm very zoned in on who I want to help, how I can help them, what this is going to do. We are reaching an entirely new market. And that's why I mentioned Stanley Cup earlier. You guys, Stanley like had coolers and stuff like that. And a lot of people know about the old Stanleys that people used to take to the mines and out in the cold, construction workers, right? Well, yeah, the appeal to like moms and, you know, I'm not going to say what they say they have in their drink at the soccer field, but I got this for free. Thank you, Lacey Jones. I love you. She got it for me. I didn't buy it. I've never bought Stanley in my life, but she got it for me as a gift when she came to see me last year. When her and Kaylee and Cass are in. And I just want to I want to say this, you guys. This is the first time. It's the first time anybody's ever well, actually, Annalise came to my wedding during the 10-year anniversary of Lavelle. Unfortunately, I got married the same weekend, so that's why I was unable to go to the anniversary in Laguna Beach. But Annalise and Alan and their kids came. But in all the years that I've traveled all over, nobody's ever come to me. And last year, when I was beat down and defeated and made to feel like a shit leader, they showed up. So just know, if you have somebody that is starting to like work and whatever, and you have the means to be able to show up for them, show up for them. I promise you, it'll be so impactful. And in fact, I know, Jackie, there's stories like where you went, to in Canada, where was that? Toronto? Is that where it was at? Was in Toronto, and then you went to Miami or whatever right after that. And you should get, that was like, and Christina, like, you guys, that's when they took off. They started like really growing. It's like that belief starts to grow. But like when you go to a town or a city or whatever, I promise you, you guys, like, this business, it's not going to just go on autopilot. However, residual income is very real. So for the lack of, and also for the continuous show up, the continuous growth, there's areas that from the setbacks that I need to grow in. There's a lot of technology that has changed and a lot of things that I want to learn. And when I learn, you're going to learn too. Okay. Why? Because that's like a love language. I love teaching stuff that I learned, right? I can't teach you to do work though that you don't want to do. But I can tell you that if something is making you get up every day and want to take it because it's making your life better, why not share it? Don't give two shits what people think. Do you know how many people made fun of me and laughed at me and said I was just going to fail and, oh, it's some pyramid scheme? That was all the time back then when I first started. Those still people, they're still miserable bitching at their job. Okay. And I have gotten the last 11 years home with my babies that I'm now dealing with emptiness syndrome. And it sucks because it's like, what's my purpose now? I've always been like mom, and like, so now it's time for me to redream and take care of me as I go into this next stage of life, because Leah's with her dad half the time. So anyways, Jackie, please talk. Because I'm like, I went way over and I have just gone on and on and on. But I want to encourage you guys to please, if you have a goal for yourself, you want to help people, now is the time. But they're not going to know that, for one, you're there to help them, or even what we have, if you don't share it. And that one-on-one, man, growing your network, reaching out, interaction, you're going to get what you give. All right, Jackie, go. Please.
Well, it's 7:15. Happy Monday, you guys. And also Happy New Year. I haven't been on for this call in particular for like a hot minute, but I mean, Amanda, you stole the show and you said so many valuable things today. But like all the things that need to be said, right? I was just like, holy crap, Amanda's on fire today. I don't know if did you guys last Tuesday, there was such a good call. I have to just share it with you guys because last week, Monday was New Year's Day, right? It was actually New Year's Day. So the second of the month, Tuesday's call, Katie Muntz was on with another leader, different team, but her freaking call lit a fire under my ass, like straight up. It was just, if you heard that call, you just be like, wow, oh my God. It was really, really amazing. So I encourage you guys to go listen to it because it was honestly the best way to start the year. I've been on fire ever since, just like really, really engaged in like just what I'm doing and really stepping into into my purpose and just kind of feeling out, this year feels really good. 2024, it honestly feels so good. Huge energy shift coming into 2024. Um, and just to touch on like what we have right now in our hands, another thing, Monday leadership call. Did you guys hop on that? Tommy Tidwell and Q, like Tommy and Q were on with one of their, leaders that's about to hit 40K. And something that really struck me about that call was the fact she came on there and she's like, first, I have to thank you. She's like, because you guys pulled me out of such a dark place. Okay. So their promoter was just like, she hit rock bottom and whatever the hell she was doing. I think she was already a promoter. In the business, and you guys cannot write anybody off. Even if you are not signing brand new people, even though brand new people, honestly, that is where the fire is going to be the hottest. Okay. In the first month, if they catch momentum, if you can help their network as much as possible, new people, I mean, that's the excitement you want, right? But you are going to have people, especially we're coming into January now, right? We're in January. You're going to have people who have been burnt out of their business. Like, they're probably sitting in your business right now. You're going to have people that they need this, right? They've probably fallen into debt or they've fallen into a dark hole and they need to come out. Like Tommy and Q, they pulled out one of their promoters from that dark hole. Now she's about to go 40K, right? And she probably doesn't qualify for a rank advancement, but it's not about the rank advancement, right? It's about when you accumulate more volume into your business, that residual pay is going to carry you through. Like, that residual pay is going to carry you through. Like a lot of us have never gotten a rank advancement bonus, right? So, but yeah, that thing really struck me today on today's call, and just the power of what we have. I'm not going to go on for too long, but take My Fresh Meals plus Ultimate Thriver. Tomorrow is the last day, right? Tomorrow is the last day. Drag people in, just be like, hey, you just need to take a photo. You don't need to buy anything yet, right? Just take a photo, upload it. We'll plan out when you're getting your Thrive this month, and all that stuff, right? Like just have them take their photo, get it in tomorrow by what was the time? I don't know what time. Just get it in before as soon as possible, right? If you guys are on the East Coast, try to get them in by like 9 p.m. At least 9 p.m. I'm sure the time is a little bit later than that. Um, but just try to get them in, right? Try to get them in as early as possible because they just need their picture in. They don't need to buy anything yet. All we have to do is get their first photo in. Honestly, the plumper, the better, the more fluffy they are right now, the better, right? Like encourage them. Some verbiage that I've been using is just like, just telling them like, hey, you don't have to buy anything right now. Just take your picture, the fluffier, the better, right? Get it in. I will guide you through the way. And also, don't worry, okay? If you are shy about showing your body, nobody's going to see this photo until you reach the end. And at that point, and they'll only see it if you make it to the finals, right? Because a lot of people are like, oh, I don't want to like put myself out there, and who they don't have to show themselves unless they make it to the finals. And at that point, right, only Lavelle's going to see them. And at that point, they're already going to have a, cash worthy transformation. So that's been getting a lot of people. I mean, try to grab like 2 people, 3 people, however many you can, for Ultimate Thriver. And then, we have My Fresh Meals coming. Never before have we ever had like a tool like this, right? Most of the time when people don't have successful Lavelle transformations, right? It's because one, they're either not drinking enough water, which we have water now, right? Or they're not eating right. So now we have those 2 things that we can like literally guide them, and they do not have to eat all the meals. But I promise you, if they swap out maybe their lunches, just swap out a percentage of the meals, like the chances of them eating like crap, right? If they can swap out some of those things with Lavelle, they're going to get meaningful results. They're going to love it, right? They're already spending money, and that's the whole thing, right? On the 10th, we're having the My Fresh Meals call with Jason. He's going to give all the details of the launch, all that stuff he's going to go over. But the whole idea is like, you know what? You're spending money on food anyways. Like shift it to something healthier and something that is good for you. I was actually one of the beta testers, you guys, and the food is bomb. Like the actual food is very tasty. It is very healthy. If you do like healthy food, like I personally, I do. Whenever I go to the gym and stuff, I try to keep it really simple, just salt and pepper. Sea salt and pepper at that, which that is what Lavelle is using, right? Like it is a very clean palette, but the quality of food is very good. So you guys will really enjoy it. I mean, at least get a couple of them when it launches. That way you can talk about it, right? I mean, if it's not your thing, it's not your thing. If you want to continue to eat it on your like your own food on your own, like that's cool too. But at least try it. That way you know how to help somebody else. That is my biggest recommendation, as a promoter in this business. And then let's just say you are on a budget, say you have a little bit of a local team and you guys all want to try like a certain shake or something. One of you guys order it and split it, right? So you guys get like 5 or whatever. That way you guys can try it, for yourselves. Like that's something else that I would do too if you guys are local. That way you guys don't have to buy every product. But a lot of the promoters that have seen great success, they'll order at least one, then they'll send some out to their auto ship customers and stuff like that. But it's gonna be a really good year. We have like, my fresh meals is gonna be huge. Like I don't know any other company that is doing something like this. It really is going to be huge. I had it, I tried it for myself. I was craving them after. And like, I cook. I actually do know how to cook, right? But I don't want to cook. This takes all the thinking out of what I have to eat. So really excited. And then, oh my God, there's a lot of people on here too. I know there's a lot of people in Hawaii and also in Canada. We don't know when we're going to get it. So hopefully Jason addresses that in 2 days, but that's we have a lot to look forward to.
Yeah. And I do want to say I noticed that box like one, I know there's gonna be multiple different options, like 6 to 8 meals. So like if you have some people that want to try it, like Jackie was saying, local or whatever, Canada, I know it's at the 48. So what is it, Alaska and Hawaii that right now not? Is that, are those the two states? Is Hawaii getting it? No? No, I didn't think so. That stinks. And Canada, I really feel like, and please, you guys, listen, I signed my first Canadian in January of 2014. I had been in the industry not even a year yet. I started working Instagram, and that's how I started hitting international. Okay. So with my first company, and I wasn't like some big rock star. I hadn't even hit like the higher whatever. And I didn't hit that till the next month. I like had gone like to what a 12K is. And I started create this momentum. But I got my first Canadian promoter. So I've been familiarizing myself with Canada, okay, and the different regulations. Of course, different company now than where I was previously. But one thing I will tell you is not only mail, we're talking like customs, all of that. For God's sake, somebody tried to send me dill. Okay, I didn't even know they like sold dill in like a powder to like make dip and stuff. I mean, I don't know, pickle flavor stuff or whatever. Anyways, one of my promoters tried to send me this powder like years ago, literally, and it was in a bag like this, and it was solid white. Guess what Denver got to me because of customs? Because it looked like a bag of, you know, stuff. Anyways, I never got it. So, anyways, there's a lot of regulations and things like that. So there's some hoops they gotta jump through, just like when we had the Thrive skin. You guys know we had to have some change in ingredients, hemp and CBD. So know this in Canada, going from US to Canada, I would say in order for us to be there, I figure we're going to need to have a manufacturing.
Well,
Like they're going to
you
have it
can't
there.
send food through the mail unless
Yeah.
it's through one of the private shipping companies like
Yeah.
FedEx, UPS. So that one, like she probably tried to send it through Canada Post. It's not because it looked like a white baggie. It's just because they don't allow anything edible
Mhm.
to go. I can't even send Thrive through our post office
Yeah.
down. I have to use a different carrier. So
Yeah.
yeah.
I mean, listen, you have to cross the border. And for God's sakes, if you ever cross the border, don't tell them you're going for business. Okay? Just a little tip when you're traveling. Nope, I was going to see a friend. Trust me. Ask twin.
Yeah.
Ask twin, okay? Like
She's
you're
going to
flying.
She's going to see me. She's going to support me at like a Miami local that I was hosting, and our president at the time, Drew, was going to be there. And poor twin, she was like, "I'm going for work," and then they held her captive and harassed her for like a lot of things. Like, you're a pretty girl and you're traveling alone. You're going for work, and then they just, I mean, she had to turn back around. They sent her
Hey,
home.
Jamie got caught at customs leaving Vegas, and they wanted the receipt. I had to she literally had to FaceTime me at customs, because she had bought me a bag and I
Oh,
bought the wallet, my Louis, and they wanted to know where the bag was that
yeah.
she purchased and why she was not coming home with it. So literally I had to show them. Thank God I wasn't on my flight yet. So just know, like, for guys, if you buy something, you're crossing borders, like to have your receipts, make sure you list stuff, food and things like that. So just make sure this password we changed everything when it is used. No, this password, it's still Thrive. It didn't change, did it?
I mean, there was a number on the actual like message.
Oh,
I
really? That's weird. See, okay, so tonight, whenever I logged in, I don't know what happened. That's what it took me so long to get it posted. It was like all of my meetings that I had scheduled were gone. So then I had to go back through and I had to change. So just know it's going to be Thrive. It's going to be what's on the graphic. Um, and like the number that is used or whatever, unless we start getting some hackers, because I was actually, funny enough, doing an interview with the Tidwells back in, I think it was like 2020. It was before I started my divorce. I was doing it on my back porch and we got hacked by Russians. And like literally, like it was very like it, like they told us who they were, but it was a lot of them, and we got hacked right in the middle of the Zoom because everything was like no password and so forth. So unless we start having trouble, it will be the same every week, same ID, same password. It's always the same on Mondays and on our Tuesday leadership call, unless noted otherwise. It'll always be on the graphic. And then the work with me Zooms and so forth. Katie puts those up. And you guys just know that if you ever struggle or can't get in, just like reach out, and just tell somebody. And then if you miss it, it's all right. And catch the recording and so forth. And I'll try to get this up super quick. I've been trying to read a lot of these over here. Thank you guys, for not just thinking I'm a big old crybaby. Know that I very much believe in Lavelle. I very much love Lavelle. I think Lavelle, even though I put in the work for my life transformation, I will never blame the products. Um, I will never blame the company for me not being where I should be or could be. I got to take some inner, I got to own it. I got to own what I fuel my body with, what I'm putting in my mouth. I have to also own what I'm not sharing and what I'm not talking about. I went through a very traumatic few years and a lot of changes, not only physically, which messes with your head. Okay. You would think that like I was way more confident, you guys, at 327 pounds than what I am now, or even where I was at my lowest, because then I had my weight used against me. And I very much want you to know I don't care, nobody, it's in our heads. All right. I spoke on stage and trained the entire company when I was like around 300 pounds. I accepted my millionaire award 5 weeks after my surgery, 5 weeks post-op, actually. Um, and I was like down a little bit of weight, but my before and after picture that I shared, well, if you watch my video, you'll see my transformation. I did a reel not too long ago. You can take a look. Um, that's very much me. You might not recognize me. In fact, a lot of people, I almost feel invisible because my name has changed and I don't look anything like I do, but I don't look anything alike. So it's almost like a loss of identity. Um, and people treat you differently. It's weird and I don't like it. I want you all to know that you are valuable, you are worthy, and every single one of us are deserving of amazing things, abundance, and I just want you guys to know, if you focus on truly helping people, if you focus on truly showing up first and foremost for you, yourself, like your family, um, whatever your religious beliefs are, literally don't be anybody but you. Okay. You don't need to pretend to be some, you know, I don't know, keeping up with the Joneses person or whatever. Like I'm not super neat. My videos are not super like great or anything. I'm very raw and people know they're going to get me. I love to laugh. I love to have fun and I love to see people do incredible things. I'm human. I get my feelings hurt. Because things happen or whatever. Listen, there are always going to be people that come and people that are going to go. And that's okay. Just as long as they're good to you and you're good to them still, then your guys' friendship will stay. They may come back, right? So like I always was told, don't have a knee-jerk reaction. And something I've been teaching my stepson Colton a lot is that when you get upset or somebody like really upsets you or pisses you off before you react, give it that 24-hour rule. Right. I'm the first one, in fact, on this day, about 7 years ago, I told a whole bunch of people just to fuck off. Okay. Sorry. Hope I didn't offend anybody. But I did on my Facebook. And I did it a couple years ago during my divorce. I was very heated and mad and so forth. Anyways, it is what it is. We live, we learn, and we grow and we evolve. Okay. People are in your life for a reason, season, or a lesson. That isn't always up to us to decide. Okay. But whatever you have been through or you're going through, wherever you are in your life, just know you are relevant and there's somebody out there that needs to hear exactly what you have to say. And you are trying to better yourself, you guys. So you are on the right path, and somebody is just, they're like looking for somebody like you. Okay. That's who they relate to, is you. So focus on sharing more of you, your life, incorporate these products, incorporate this opportunity and what your goals are and how you want to help these people. And you guys, I focus majorly on how giving them good, better, and best options and how I can help them thrive for free and run their business for free. Right. Because I know that's one of the biggest things. And then time wise, they're going to get better with the efficiency of how they do their daily activities for their business and they show up. Anyways, we've done this an hour and a half. I'm really sorry again for this taking so long. I really want to thank each and every one of you that stuck it out tonight. And
And we had almost 60 people on tonight too. Our
yeah,
high. That's
we're
amazing.
seeing it start to climb again. And we didn't have this call for a couple weeks just due to the holidays and the way that the days fell and so forth. So sometimes you see a setback. So I'm actually really impressed. I can't wait to see this call jump back up into the hundreds again. But also know that everybody's on time zone difference and so forth. So recordings are okay too. I used to listen to recordings to and from work every day because I missed all of them because of my work schedule. They were always when I went to work. So love you all. Appreciate you so much. And I'm cheering for you and can't wait to see some of you guys grow and also be finalists on Ultimate Thriver. Just have transformation. Even if you bust your ass, you have incredible transformation, you don't end up a finalist, please know you are seen. Please know that we are all going to be very proud of you and we want to celebrate you.
Wait, before we get off, I
Yeah.
just want to say thank you for being vulnerable today, but you're still a freaking badass because you know that there's a lot of top leaders in this company who are like super freaking bad and they've lost their rank many, many, many times. And for you to just say it's like 7 years, like this whole hot streak of 7 years, like, you are being way too hard on yourself. It happens to all of us, and you know who I'm talking about. You know those big bad leaders. You know exactly who I'm talking about, going up and down all the time. Like, we
Yeah.
are so blessed
And a
that,
lot of people don't even know, you
yeah,
guys. So like a lot of people don't even know that those people have ever even dropped
yeah.
or anything. So I'm being like, I'm not ashamed of it because I've taken some beat downs, man, these last couple of years. And I have been bullied literally, unfortunately, very harshly for the last year and a half. Um, but you know what? I know because of all of you that I have a lot to give and a lot to share, and I have a lot to learn. And that means that you guys have a lot to learn too. And I can't wait to grow and learn with you guys. So, anyways, yeah, you're going to see Amanda back at being one of the goats again, because I was once upon a time there. But I'm bringing old 2017 but better version Amanda back in 2024. That's my goal. So I love you guys. Thank you so much again for seeing me.
Bye.
Bye, guys.
Happy Monday. Have a good week, guys.